I think he's old. He's very old.
I'm really excited for him. It's nice that he's been able to live such a long and healthy life, and that he's been such a big part of my life for so long. And he's quite a fit, hip, young dude. Some have described him as a stud muffin. I think I would subscribe to that belief.
I can't believe he's 80. It's awesome. After Jonathan and I, how the man made it to 80, I have no idea. It's kind of true. No, it's awesome, and I hope he lives a million more years. Stays?
Okay.
Especially, and Mom doesn't feed him too well, so I don't understand that, but whatever.
That is true. That is a
really
miracle
true.
in and of itself.
Miracle. Miracle with the Myrna diet that he's made it to 80. Shocked.
No, it's a great milestone, and it's many, many more years to come. So this is just the beginning.
Exactly. We'll do this again in 10 years, and then 10 years later, then 10 years later, then 10 years later.
We'll just make sure you have better equipment by then.
Exactly. We'll get this rinky-dink job taken care of. Okay.
What do I feel about Uncle Steve turning 80? Well, that kind of makes me old also.
Papa, I love you.
He's an old fart, but a young soul. That enough? I don't know what to say.
That's good.
I don't know. It's exciting. It's a big milestone. Sad I'm not there for it, but, you know, I'm there in spirit.
I am so happy to be able to celebrate with Uncle Stevio's 80th birthday. I feel an honor that to have known him all these years. And first of all, I want to say that I think he deserves a better name than Uncle Stevio. He's gotten a short end of the stick. While it's endearing, and we love it, he deserves something more grand and regal. Like Antigram's got the status of a quasi grandma. He should be Grand Stevio.
Grand Stevio.
Or King Stevio. Or Prince Stevio, because he is a prince of a man, and he's a prince among men, and he deserves a name fitting and more regal and more deserving of his status.
I think it's fantastic. Go Steve.
Well, I'm much happier that my brother is turning 80 than I would be if I were turning 80. I get to be 75 this year. So this is pretty good. He's going to let me know what it's like to be 80.
How do I feel about it? How do you feel about it? What do I feel? I feel that he's 80 years old. Oh my God, 29,200 days minus the 2.5 days? Minus the 2.5 days of leap years and so on and so forth. So he's approximately 29,200 days old. That means if he had a nickel for every day that he was alive, he would have $1,460. So, Dad, happy $1,460 day.
I'm very honored that he's chosen to spend this big moment with us, and it just shows how special we are to him and how special he is to us.
What do I feel about Uncle Steve turning 80?
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. Really excited. I'm glad that we're all going to be together to celebrate his birthday, and all under one roof, and it should be a good time. I'm very excited. Uncle Steve does not look 80. It's hard for me to even get my head around that. I think I was the one who used the term stud muffin to describe Uncle Steve, because he is a stud muffin. He's just vibrant and young, and he's definitely a stud muffin.
Last year when Uncle Stevio turned 79, just afterwards, Andrew and Uncle Stevio had come into the city, and we met up with Aunt Rocky and Uncle Ed. And Uncle Stevio the whole time was like, I'm gonna be 80, I'm gonna be 80. And I was like, Uncle Stevio, that's a whole year from now. Like, and we're here now, so that is wild.
Honestly, Well, all the time, but probably when we make fun of Grandma together. That's always really fun. When we make fun of her eating habits, that's good. I love that. You know, just classic Auntie Graham things, you know.
My favorite memory is when I was about 6 years old. Uncle Stevie had a room upstairs in our house that was so cold. It had no insulation. It was over a garage. It was ice cold. And I used to go to sleep earlier than he did. He would send me to bed to sleep in his bed. Then he would pay me a penny and wake me up to send me back to my room so he could be in a warm bed. And this went on for quite a long time. It was great.
That's pretty funny.
I'm reminded because he was the most wonderful, wonderful brother ever.
I think my favorite memory, I can't pick like one moment, but I think my favorite memories is visiting them in Florida, Auntie Graham and Uncle Stevio in Florida, and going to Disney World and him wearing the goofy hat, and us going golfing and him pretending his hand got bit off by an alligator, and just being goofy in general. And always being down to having a lot of energy and participating in whatever we decide, always being game to do whatever we decide to do.
My favorite memory of my father was sitting at a countertop at a diner sort of corner food place, bakery, over by the synagogue in New City, where my dad was eating a buttered roll and drinking a cup of coffee, and I was sitting next to him and I was eating a jelly donut. And I remember the jelly donuts from the place because it was my favorite jelly donuts because they had the specific type of jelly filling that I really liked. And I remember just sitting at the countertop and we were just sitting there, and for some reason that sticks out in my head majorly. And it always puts me in a happy place every time I think about it.
Okay, mine would be a recent one, actually. When you guys came here in December and we were sitting in my dad's sunroom and we were waiting for family and friends to come and visit us. And we were arguing about politics. So that was fun.
I can't put this, he's my dad. I can't put it into one. I can think of a million things. Going to my first Mets game. A lot of sports stuff. Going to work with him, which was a precursor to becoming a CPA. I don't know. There's a million memories. I have a billion memories. We don't have enough time.
I can't think of anyone.
Helping Dad with his computer issues at work has been a
IT
wonderful memory or memories. No, and actually, I see Dad every day, and I work right next to my dad every day. Every day is a good memory.
Oh, that's good.
How about that?
Favorite memory. I don't know if there's anything in specific, but just being able to share all those times, whether it's golfing, relaxing for that wine time, seeing them drop the ice cubes in a glass of wine, going to Disney all those years, going down to visit him and Auntie Graham in regular Florida, as Eric would call it. It's just being able to spend all these years together.
My favorite memory. There are many. There are many memories. One in particular comes to mind about 2 summers ago, I think, maybe 3, when you had your golf ball business. Remember your booming business? And you had all of the golf balls in the egg crates, right? And you would leave them out. I think Uncle Steve was more excited than you. Every time we went away from the house, go out and come back, he would dart out back and go to the end of the path where you had your golf balls, and then the cup with the plastic over where people would leave money. and he'd be so excited to go in and see how much money was left and count the money. So I think he was your biggest fan. And one morning we took a walk, Uncle Stevie and Aunt Myrna and Coco and me, and we took a walk along the golf course and toward the beach. And Uncle Steve started to scrounge around for golf balls. It was hysterical. And he was looking and he had balls, he was filling his pockets, and then he took a long stick as an instrument, like a ball retriever, and we were rolling, we were hysterical laughing. It was really funny. And then Aunt Myrna got into it, and I got into it, and we came back with pockets full of golf balls for you.
One of the greatest, besides my marriage and the birth of my children, he was with me for the greatest moment of my life, and that was when the Jets won Super Bowl. Yay!
That's hard to choose a favorite memory of Uncle Stevio. We've spent so much time with him. He's been a grandpa to us. I feel that, well, a few things. One, I feel like most people don't say the full Uncle Stevio anymore. I am one of the few who say it out fully all the time. I heard Eric said this too, but my image in my head when I think of Uncle Stevio is him in the Goofy hat in Disney, and that is a fun memory. But Uncle Stevio and I, we have a lot of fun together. They came and visited me twice in Nashville, one time with Alan and Susan, and we went swing dancing both times. We went swing dancing in New York. Uncle Stevio and Auntie Graham, they're both really good dancers, and we have a lot of fun. In Nashville, we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum, and whatever we do, we have a lot of fun together. Oh, and Uncle Stevio and Auntie Graham came to Rachel and I did a half marathon in Disney, and they were pit crew and cheering squad, and we had a lot of fun with that too. Oh, another funny thing that just happened when we were in Florida, we were doing some like aqua zumba, and then Uncle Stevio came, and he's doing the aqua zumba outside of the pool, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's 55 years as of last week that we were married, and my favorite is he forgets things, he bumbles around, but he's really a very good person. Very, very good person.
I loved when he created NST, Nanette Standard Time, because Mother is sometimes not as timely as we would like. And one time, Mom was like, if we leave now, we'll only be 20 minutes late. And Uncle Steve thought that was hilarious. And it was just a funny moment.
I also, one of my favorite memories as well is on the cruise that Auntie Graham and Uncle Stevio took me on for graduation, and me nominating them for the Newlywed Game. and also being in the casino with Uncle Steve, him teaching me that, and I think something else that stands out that kind of summarizes Uncle Stevio's life that I thought about before being asked to do this interview is that I asked Uncle Stevio on the cruise, what's your biggest regret now that you're kind of old? And he's like, oh, I hate that question. It's so stupid. This is my life and this is how it went and it's good. And I think that's true that sometimes people think about the regrets too much, but it's good to always be thankful to where you are and how much worse things could have been as opposed to how much better things could have been.
Nothing!
What have I learned from Uncle Stevie? Well, I admire his easy attitude, and I remember he would always say to me, take it easy. Don't sweat the small stuff. And I think that that's something that I look to him, one day at a time, take it easy. Getting all aggravated or upset about something is not, it's not worth it.
No, I learned how to be good to people. I learned how to work hard. I learned
Hard work is a good one.
Just how to do it right.
Family first.
Yeah, family first, and just how to do it right. That's what I learned.
What have I learned from him? Oh, there were times that I would get excited and he would be much calmer than I would do. He also is not, he doesn't dwell on what ifs. He just goes along and whatever happens, happens. That's what I've learned from him. Also, to remember to eat a lot of pasta and pizza. He just loves that.
Well, number one, he taught us how to play bridge with Auntie Graham. I'm not very good, and they have to remind me the rules often. But I love when we all play bridge together. Another big thing that Uncle Stevio has shown me is how much fun he has in life. He's always tries to make things fun, and it's you can there's life is there's ups and downs, but he makes sure to enjoy it.
I've learned how to play bridge and in solitaire, but I'd rather be playing bridge with everyone because it's with the family, and that's really what matters.
Uncle Stevio's my hero. For him to be able to, as I've been getting a little older, and I've gained further respect for all the things he's been able to do and does. For those years that we were schlepping to Disney, and he'd be coming along with us and going all over the place and being so much fun. And I realized it's not so easy as we get a little more advanced in the years, that I don't have that kind of energy, and he was able to do that. And he's been a grandpa to all my kids, to Josie, Eric, Danielle, Juliet. That he's just a true mensch.
I've learned about the importance of family and friends. He's had lifelong friends. His boyhood friends were his friends forever.
What did I learn from my father?
Yeah.
Well, I learned accounting, which was really good, which helped me in business. Every time I would start a business, I always knew accounting and how to do things and how to get a business started. So that was really good. I learned how to to build and stuff like that based on watching him do stuff. Even though he wasn't terribly good at building and doing and fixing stuff, I always watched him do stuff, so I was always able to learn how to do it myself, and that was pretty cool. I learned all about sports because he was a big sports fan. So I learned, about every sport pretty much out there because he watched everything, as you know. And, I learned just things about life, including, the last few weeks has meant the world to me because I've learned boatloads of stuff about myself based on advice that my father's given me. So I've learned some very, very valuable life advice that I think is something that is probably the most important thing out of anything I've learned from him.
Mm-hmm.
Including tying my shoes and doing the fart sound.
What have I learned from him? To always have a sense of humor and to be kind to everyone that you meet and just keep smiling, be a nice person to everyone, good family. Yeah.
I would like to add 1 + 1, which equals 2. Sit on that one.
Well, he's also my friend. He's a very good friend to me. And he's a very good uncle. And he's a very good father. And he's a very good grandfather. So he's an okay guy. I wouldn't trade him in. Some days I would have, but most of the time not.
He's my Uncle Grumster, even though he's the really sweet guy. We joke with him like Uncle Grumster. But sometimes he can be an Uncle Lovester, most of the time. But occasionally he's an Uncle Grumster.
And I have to tell you something that I'm not proud of, but he was only at University of Buffalo for a short time, and I missed him so much that when he came home, kind of against his will, I was secretly thrilled because I had him back. And he was just the most terrific support for me. We had a tough mother, and he was really my lifeline and my hero. He's still my hero.
I love how silly him and Auntie Grandma are together. I think they're such a great pairing. I love the story of Auntie Graham and Uncle Stevio as one of their first dates, and Uncle Stevio took Auntie Graham to Mima and Grandpa Fred's house, and Auntie Graham was like, "Oh, my sister lives in this neighborhood," and she's like, "Oh, she lives around here." And they knock on the door, and the door opens, and it's Mima, and Auntie Grandma's like, "What are you doing here?" And they are a great pair, and I love seeing their silliness and their love. Oh, I love when Uncle Stevio goes for a run. I mean, Uncle Stevio goes for a bike and I go for a run together.
Well, I also want to point out, and he and I share something in common, that we have had to put up with these Tauber women. We're the only two around, I think, who's still with Tauber women. And I could tell you, it ain't easy. And even though Uncle Stevio may be quiet, you could tell he's really the boss. And you know where I most admire him for being my hero? And I still hear that story about, I think it was in 1980, where he came home to Auntie Graham and said, "Myrna, we're moving to Florida." And they did it. And all these years, no matter what I wanted and how many times I tried, I can't get any traction. Uncle Stevio, you got to teach me the secret of how this works.
Well, I'm very sad that I can't be there with everyone, but I hope that you have a great day, and I love and miss everyone so much, especially you, Grandpa, so have a ball. AD!
Oh, just that Uncle Stevie's been a part of my life for as long as I've been on this earth, and I just feel very lucky to have had him and have continued to have him in my life for all of the very happiest times and the saddest times, and I just feel very blessed.
Yeah. In a nutshell, he's the best dad I ever could have asked for. I don't think any other words need to be said.
Okay. I think just the way I felt accepted from the very beginning. It's been like 25 years since I've known him, and I felt just accepted and wanted the family like his daughter from the beginning, and that's just always meant a lot to me.
Oh, I love playing bridge with Uncle Stevie and Auntie Graham and Jolie. The teams are usually me and Jolie first, or me and, what are the teams usually? Or do we mix them up a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Uncle
Danielle
Stevie
and
is a good
Jesse
person to play with.
there sometimes.
When Danielle teaches Jesse Goodman how to play after learning the night before.
How much? You call him Papa? Can you say happy birthday to Papa?
Happy birthday, Papa. Happy birthday. I'm just going to say happy birthday.
A shout out? Yeah. Happy birthday, Uncle Stevio. I want to be at your birthday. It's not just Nanette making me captive.
shout out to him. Happy birthday, my sweet Stevie. I hope you have another 20 years. After that, that's enough. That's enough. 20 years. But may you have only happy, healthy, and good years, and share it with everybody who loves you. And everybody loves you, but you love everybody. The people who are doing this, you really love. So, from my heart to yours. He was my soulmate. He is my soulmate.
Happy birthday, Uncle Stevio.
All right. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Woo! AD.
Happy birthday, Dad. Enjoy
Happy
Eddie.
birthday.
Love you. Enjoy the day.
Best year ever.
Happy birthday,
Happy
because I didn't say that before.
Happy birthday, and we'll see you in 10 years for your 90th.
Yes, absolutely.
I just love you so much, Steve, and I'm thrilled that you're having this day to enjoy. And I wish we could be there with you, but we're there in spirit. And I love you and miss you, and we will celebrate your birthday sometime soon. Happy 80th. You don't look it, you don't act it, and you're just a terrific person. I love you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Stevio.
Happy birthday, Dad. You are a great father. I appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate all the efforts and everything that you've brought to me and Todd and staying with Mom for 55,000 years and all of the other good stuff there. You're a good man. You brought a lot to the world, and there's a reason everybody loves you. So happy birthday and enjoy your 80th. I hope you have 20 more.
Happy birthday, Uncle Stevio. May there be 80 more of these. I'm going to be around for the 160th. And we love you, and we can't wait to see you the next time.
Happy birthday, Uncle Stevie. Happy, and many, many more. Mwah. I love you.
I never liked Uncle Stevio very much. He doesn't sing very well. He also doesn't bring us over assorted pastries. And worst of all, he farts a lot.
Go away, Nanette. No, go away. Go away.
I coined the term.
No,
stud
go
muffin.
away.
Oh, nice.
I don't feel comfortable being interviewed in this setting.
Alright, leave it at that.
Okay, I'll leave it. Bye.
Alright, okay. But he has a lot of wisdom, you know?
If you say so.
Can I refer to my notes?
Yeah. How's Tal?
Tell poor Chun Lin. She's going to be 100 on August 13th. Is that amazing?
What does that stand for?
80?
Oh, I thought you said AD.
I'll come up with something right now. Help me come up with something, then you can like put it underneath so everybody would be like 80 years old, but then it could also be AD.
Or like AD stands for like Anthony Davis, but I don't think that's what you were going for.
I'll think, and then I'll just send you it.
Okay.
There's gonna be no preface, it's just gonna be something with AD.
Okay.
Awesome.
Dude.
Awesome dude. Awesome dude.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
I thought you
That
said
was a
like
good
80.
collaboration.
Alright, I got you.
Hey, Steve, happy birthday.
Wait, I need to ask you the questions first.
Oh, all right, then shut it out. Oh, go ahead. One of the greatest. Would you shut that dog up?
What have you learned from it?
The fart sound's the most important out of all of them.
Yeah.
Can you do a picture?
A picture?
Yeah.
A picture?
Yeah.
Okay. There's Mickey. There's the cushion. There's Mickey. There's the cushion. Where did Mickey go?
Okay.
You're right there?